Hello and welcome back to the Sovereign Sisters podcast. I am the Sovereigness and this is Mystic Minds. It's been a long minute, y'all. I already know. I don't even know what I want to talk about today, if I'm being honest. Like, as you can see, it's very bare in my background. I had massive orders. Not only that, but my family and myself had COVID in May. Gemini season altogether was just a wild ride. And here we are now in Cancer season. So this should be fun. We actually are under the influence of a Cancerian full moon at the moment. So that's different. You might be experiencing heightened emotions, also like really tapping into your intuition and really just honoring your energy more than anything. The moon is aligned exactly where it's supposed to be. It's in the sign and house that it naturally rules. So the way you're feeling at this time, I feel like you can trust your intuition. I feel like you can trust your thoughts, your emotions, like whatever your gut is trying to tell you, go with that. Don't second guess yourself in this moment. And some things are going to be uncomfortable, but I mean, growth happens in uncomfortable spaces. So I don't really have a topic. There were so many things that I wanted to talk about last month, and I can't believe that it's been that long. Like we really took a long hiatus. It wasn't just me and my family that contracted COVID. It was also my sister, and she's all the way on the other side of the US of A. Her and her partner both contracted COVID. So I don't know if it's just like ramping back up or I don't know what's happening with that, but we made it. We here. So let's talk. One of the things that I really wanted to discuss is reciprocity, also authenticity and communication. There's so many things that I want to touch on, and I don't know if I'm going to touch on this with my sister as well, but it will be nice. So we'll see. But I guess we can start with reciprocity. So in this energy that we're in right now of Cancer, which is the mother of the zodiac, Cancer wants to nurture. Cancer wants to know like what issues are you dealing with and how can it heal it. It's healing water. It's cardinal water. Which is the opposite of Capricorn, right? Capricorn is very stern energy. It's not so nurturing. Capricorn is considered the daddy of the zodiac because where Cancer wants to be nurturing and soft and healing and pay attention to like what may be hurting, Capricorn wants to basically say that's enough. Like I can't baby it anymore at this point. We need to get to the point. Like it's very direct. Okay, both are cardinal energies. One is just earth and the other is water. Where was I going with that? Oh, so in this influence of Cancerian energy, there's a lot of nurturing happening and gentleness taking place, or there should be. If you're not in a space where you're being gentle with yourself or other people, maybe check in with yourself and see who needs to be removed, or if you're the person that may need to like adjust how you're, I guess, addressing people or even yourself. Like that's one thing that I really want to, I guess, explore and help people understand is that we can be so forgiving and just nurturing, healing, all these wonderful things to other people. And sometimes we forget to put ourselves on that list. I'm sorry if you guys can see my son's backpack in the background if you're watching. But we deserve to be on that list of people to nurture and take care of and be forgiving to and be gracious to, you know what I mean? Like we can't always take care of others if we're not taking care of ourselves. Especially, and this ties into reciprocity. Excuse me. This ties into reciprocity. So we pour a lot into other people. I don't want to say we, but a lot of times, a lot of us will pour into other people and neglect ourselves. Now, where this becomes a problem is when we give, and we don't receive back. So we're depleted. Cancer season for me, usually I feel like I sometimes feel like I'm drowning. Like I don't know how to deal with this energy. I don't have it in my chart. Of course, I have the energy in my chart, or there's people who are in my space that are affected by it one way or another. So I'm affected by it. Um, but it's usually like I always tell people to go with the flow. And this is like the one season where it is difficult for me to just go with the flow. And I feel like it might be an issue for some people because I'm usually the one preaching to go with the flow, and I'm not able to do that. And I feel like I wish that I had more of that grace that I give other people. I wish that I would get that in this moment. Like when I need help flowing or floating, I wish that I had the support to do it, or to just feel like I can, and or to just remind me to calm down. I guess I do get it every once in a while, but I also feel like it's frustrating to other people because I'm usually the strong friend, or the person who is being gracious and nurturing and whatever else. But in this moment, it's difficult for people to be supportive for me because I feel like they don't know how to be that. And so that brings me back to reciprocity. When you pour so much into other people, you're expecting to get that back. And when you don't, you feel depleted. Like, I don't know what else I can do, what else I want to do, what else I'm capable of in this moment. I low key feel like I'm kind of drowning because I don't have my own energy being poured into me to lift me up or to help me float or help me flow or whatever the case may be. So I want to serve as a reminder to make sure that you're practicing reciprocity, whether you're on the giving or receiving end. It's good to be in a constant state of flow. If you're somebody who's always giving, make sure you're allowing yourself to receive. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who know how to give for you to receive. Like you don't want to just receive any and everything. There's a quality to what you give out that you also want to get back in return. And so if I'm giving myself authentically to other people in ways that I know that I can give myself, and that I know maybe they are needing my energy, when I am also in need of that energy, I would love to receive that same energy back in the same quality that I sent it out in. And I don't think that there's anything wrong to ask that of our friends or our family or people that we consider to be allies or just close to us, right? Like I should be able to, I feel like I deserve what I give out. I feel like I deserve to be loved the way that I loved. I feel that I deserve to be liked the way that I liked. Everybody's not going to like us, so I take that back. I feel that I deserve respect in the way that I respect others, whether it's an opinion or just me being me. I feel like I deserve the same energy that I give out. I don't think that that's too much. I don't think that's asking for too much. And I think that if we're keeping it real with ourselves, we'll know how to move around. We'll know who to remove from our circle or our energy so that we're not giving to people who aren't able to give back to us. I know I just kind of went on a ramble. Like I said, I don't really know I didn't really know what I want to talk about, but I feel like that's a good thing to definitely, I need to close this, definitely um maybe look into doing, is being somebody who's reciprocal to those who are giving their energy to you. And everything that you receive from somebody is not going to be of the highest quality. You don't always have to match energy, but just make sure you're not giving more than you're receiving, like if somebody gives you shitty service at a restaurant, you're not going to tip them the biggest tip in the world. You're going to get a tip, but it ain't going to be the best tip. It's not going to be the tip that I would have given somebody for A plus service. You know what I mean? So do the same thing with your friends, the same thing with people you are surrounding yourself with. Um, Obviously, it's not going to apply for like work. Like if you're somebody who works in a customer service type of setting, you kind of have to just grin and bear it, unfortunately. But if it's doing something to your energy, child, I'm gonna be the one to tell you, like, maybe start looking for somewhere else where you can get some that's gonna give you some life and not make you feel like you have to change who you are. I'm sorry, I keep opening and closing this, but the sun is doing something strange right now. So that's how I feel about reciprocity. I know I'm leaving some things out. I'm sure that my sister and I will have a dialogue about it at some point in a Sovereign Sisters podcast. But for Mystic Mind, we kind of just drift, you know. We just want to go where the mind wants to go, and it wants to go a lot of places. So I guess for reciprocity, especially in this season, make sure that you're nurturing yourself as much as others, and also that you're allowing others to pour into you as much as you're pouring into them. If they can't do it, that I mean, they should be able to. If you're able to pour into them, they have it to give back to you, at least half of it. Okay. So besides reciprocity, I also feel like being authentic, right? Being authentic with yourself and those who you call friends and family, those who you feel that you can trust with your authentic self, but even those who may not necessarily agree with your real raw self. I get tired of hiding me to appeal to the masses. I get tired of hiding my oddball traits. I get tired of hiding my awkwardness. I get tired of hiding my energy because I fear that either it's too much or it's not understood or it's just too out there for some people. At the same time, we all exist in this space for a reason. And so I should not have to hinder my truth, my energy, my authentic self, my voice, nothing about who I am. I should be able to be as loud and bold as my spirit wants to be, and not in the way that I wanted to outshine anybody else as much as I just want to be. I feel like I reincarnated on this earth, or incarnated on this earth, to take up as much space as I fully need to fully be me. I have a job. I have a purpose. You have a purpose. We all have a purpose. And we can't all walk around hiding our truth, our light, or our darkness. We can't walk around hiding our ugly. We can't walk around hiding our beauty. We can't walk around hiding anything and expect to feel like we're at our optimal selves, like, because we're hiding it, we're keeping it reserved. Of course, there's some things you don't want to share with everybody because they will either try to use that against you in some way, shape, or form. But if you're bold enough to be sad today and happy tomorrow, or happy, so overjoyed today, even when other people are feeling really down, be that. You have the right to honor your energy. Speaking of rights, there's a lot of things getting stripped away. We're going to talk about that on another podcast. But I just want to serve as I want to serve as some vessel that is just going to remind you who you are. That is my love language. My love language is to remind you of your power, and your power is being you. Nobody can be you. Nobody can compete with you, because you shouldn't want to be them and they shouldn't want to be you. You should just be wanting to be the better version of yourself every single day. Even when you're feeling down, like, just knowing like it's just a moment. I'm going to be back up. And even when I'm up, knowing like this ain't going to last forever. Let me revel in it. I know I'm saying a whole lot and I know I'm jumping around. I apologize for anybody who's like, what? But it's more like a word, like it's more like motivational talking today than anything, because I feel like I don't want to have this structure right now. I don't want to have a written idea of what I want to talk about, as much as I just want to pour into people, while also pouring into myself and reminding myself, like, I have a voice. And my voice is beautiful because I speak life into people. I speak light into people. And even when I'm feeling dark or down, I know how to shine a light on that. So if I can be a light for you and myself in a moment, even though I'm not having a moment right now, if you are, know that things are constantly changing. We live in a space where the world is constantly changing. I feel like I'm getting ready to get a text message. Maybe not. So with that being said, I guess let's pull cards because it's been a long time, y'all. It's been some weeks. For some of us, we are definitely focusing on the coin, definitely focusing on work. If it's not work, then it is just like focusing and pouring into things that are authentic, which is part of the topic that we spoke on today, pouring into things that are gonna be like show you tangible results. So whether it's your fitness and health, whether it is like friends, whether it is the job, whether it is savings. Okay. Yeah, definitely. There's big energy around money. For some of you, something crazy big, some kind of crazy transformation happened in Taurus season. If not a transformation, just like something new came in. It's healing. Whatever that was that happened in Taurus season, it's here. It showed up or it's around to serve as a healing source for you. Okay. So because you need to release something or you're in the process of letting go of something. All right. So for the collective, yeah, there's the world. See, there's major cycles coming to an end, or it may go back to what I was saying. Like if you're in a dark space, know that the wheel is constantly turning. You're going to be back on top. If you're on top right now, revel in it and enjoy it. Hold on to those moments and know that it's not always going to be that. You're not always going to be riding a high. Sometimes it's going to be a little bit lower, and that's okay. We live on a globe. The world turns. So do situations. Messages for the collective, please. I seen the sun and I seen the Ace of Swords. Some of you guys are getting real clear about some things, okay? Where you may have been confused in the past, I feel like you've been connecting with your inner guide or energy. For those of you that connect with your ancestors or spirit, God, the Most High, I feel like you've been consulting with the energy that's around you or just getting little omens and signs here and there that are trying to help you gain clarity. There's something that you can be really optimistic about. If you felt confused about it or uncertain about it, it's something to be optimistic about. Yeah, you might have been feeling some sort of anxiety or anxiousness around something that you really want. I feel like you're getting ready to get clarity around that. The collective, please. Page of Water, yeah. So I feel like some of you have been manifesting stability or trying to just find you're trying to stabilize something you're trying to manage. Like there's some sort of manifestation that you're trying to bring into fruition, and it's like you just needed to stabilize, like really show up. Like you may have gotten a glimpse of it, like a glimmer of a manifestation, a little piece of what it would be like to have that thing, to be with that person, to know what you know, to have that job, to, you know what I mean? Like there's like a glimmer of something that may have shown up, and you're trying to ground it, like solidify it, really make sure that it turns into something worth celebrating. For some of you, it has to do with your confidence. Yeah, some of you are really going through this healing phase right now. Again, we're in Cancer season where it can be really healing energy because people are in their fields. People want to make sure other people around them are okay, especially if you're an empath. You don't want people who are in your immediate environment to feel any type of way but up, because you can feel their energy. Sometimes that can drag you down. And so I feel like there's just like this need to just revel in healing energy. Sometimes it's going to feel like you're being suppressed or being held down because you need a moment to just rest or to go within, to quiet your mind or quiet your body and just feel whatever you're feeling. But then it's like this burst of like newness. I'm getting like refreshing or like newness. Definitely feel like somebody is reaching for something new. You kind of have an idea of what it's going to take to get it, or you got some sort of insight of what it would be like to have it, to do it, to obtain it. I keep seeing the 3 of Water, which is celebrations. It's also like a sisterhood, brotherhood type of situation. 7 of Air. So the 7 of Air falls underneath the 7 of Cups. Some of us may be robbing ourselves of an opportunity because it seems like it's too far out of reach. it feels like a reach. But I feel like it's almost self-sabotage. Yeah, it's something that you really want. This could be a partner, this could be a job, this could be rest, vacation time. Um, temperance, balance falls underneath spirit. Okay. So spirit is trying to help the most high, your ancestors, your inner guide, something. There's an energy or an influence around you that's trying to help you like remain calm, balance, understand that it's taking time, like it's manifesting, but it just like I'm trying to get just the right alchemical process. I don't know if you can see that if you're watching, just the right alchemical process for the fruition of or the manifestation to be just what you need it to be. Nothing more, nothing less, but just right. And this has to do with a wish. This has to do with something that you really want. Okay, with the Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck, notice how he's effortlessly manifesting. Maybe for some of you, that's what it is. Like you really don't want to be in your head about something anymore. You want to just be able to know that what you want, you can have and you will have because you know that you deserve it. You are trying to manifest a partnership that is one of a spiritual union or one that's just like long term, like actual commitment. It's not that, it could be a job again, or just like a friend circle that is very authentic, very aligned with who you are, very aligned with what you expect from friends or job, like coworkers, partnership. Two of Wands. Yeah, somebody's on a path. Three of Air falls under the Page of Water. Okay, so how I was talking about manifesting something and getting like a little glimmer of hope or seeing like a little piece of it, like what it might actually be like to have that thing, or just like getting like a little sliver of it. It almost feels like you're being put on pause for it because I think some of you need to really make sure that this is what you want. Is this path, is this thing you're trying to manifest actually going to be healing for you, or is it going to throw you back in the same cycle? Is it something that you really need and want, or is it just something that is like instant gratification, something that you really feel like you want, but you didn't really do that much thinking about what it's going to take if you get it, whether it's the job, whether it's the person, whether it's the friendship circle. Like some of you are homebodies and you're like, man, I wish I had this group of friends that just, I'm ready to like hang out. It's summer. So I know a lot of people are probably like, I'm ready to be out. But are you a homebody and you really want to do like game night, backyard, kickback, that sort of thing? Or do you really want to be out and about? Do you really want to be at the bars, at the clubs, at the whatever? Like I feel like you're getting a glimmer of what it would be like to have the thing that you want. Like some of you want to work from home, but do you, or do you want to be out and networking with other people? Some of you want to be your own boss, but do you really want to do the front and back end of what it takes to run a business? Like ask yourself the questions, because you've come to this crossroads where you can make a decision. And I feel like you only got like a little piece of it, a glimmer of it, to see if that's what you really want. Can you handle it? Do you really want that? Or is it just like a instant thing? Like for right now, I want that. Definitely feel like there's a wish that's trying to be fulfilled. And it might have to be do with like work, or like I said, a partnership, or something completely everybody knows what they're trying to manifest. Okay. Really, the main thing is to really get clear about what it is you're trying to manifest. Maybe don't self-sabotage. It's not as far out of reach as you think. You have options. There might be some illusion around getting it, but in this moment, know that you have an influence around you that's trying to balance everything out, so that when you do manifest it, it's exactly what you're looking for, whether it's the job that pays the amount that you want to get paid, or whether it's the friendship circle, the partner, the love partnership, the child. For some of you, it's like you're trying to manifest a baby. the car, like, is that payment really something you want to pay right now? Do you really want to invest in a car? Or would you rather save it and invest in property? Like, there's a lot of things that I think a lot of us, different things that different people are trying to manifest, and you got like a little glimmer of what it would be like to have it. And spirit is just asking, the most high is just asking that you really ask yourself if that's what you want. Is it going to fulfill you? Is it going to be healing for you? Or is it going to throw you back in a cycle? Y'all see how this light is going in and out? It's the exact same thing with life. Okay, 1 minute we're up, the next minute we're down. 1 minute we're a light for somebody else, the next we need the light from somebody else. Okay, I'm gonna get one more. Okay. Ooh, guess what, guys? Guess what, guys? The magician comes out. Very intense manifestation, and she's fully in her power. If you notice, if you're watching, she has the 8 on top of her head, just like the bottom of the deck with strength. So Leo energy, and there's that 8 again, infinite energy. So, and that goes back to what I was saying about reciprocity, giving and receiving. So this may be saying that what you're asking for, are you ready to pour into it as much as you want to have it? Because it's going to require something from you in return. If it's the job, are you ready to match the energy that it takes to fulfill that job? If it's a partner or a spouse, are you ready to show up and be the spouse that that person deserves? Like, you're manifesting this person in, but are you that for them? If it's the car, are you ready to pay the gas or get the electric thing installed to have your car charged? You know, like, it's saying you are getting ready to move with the ace of fire at the bottom of the deck. You are getting ready to move into a powerful manifestation time. Get clear about what it is you're trying to manifest. You got a little glimpse of what it's going to be like to have it. Make sure it's what you want, because it's going to come into fruition. With that being said, I'm going to go because the dog's acting crazy. I believe my husband is home, because why is the dog barking like that? Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or Anchor, please share and subscribe to us so that we can keep track of who's listening and who likes the content that we're putting out. Again, thank you so much for listening, watching, and peace. I can't.